Yo, we live on location. We in that ATL, shawty. We came down here for a special visit, man. My man, Jamal Crawford, our family member, is in town, so we had to pull up on him and get some of his thoughts on this here season, because it's spicy. He big time, so, he pulled up with us, man. We appreciate the time, Mal.
To be here.
Repeat offender, Knuckleheads in the building.
Yes, sir.
My dogs.
First of all, man, we appreciate you, bro. We've seen these big moves you've been making.
Big time.
Stop that,
since
bro.
the last time we done talked to you, but man, we appreciate you back on the show, man. You're a repeat offender.
Yeah.
You know
family now.
Being family, shoot.
Presented by Sleeper.
Last time we asked you who was the first person that bust your ass. This time we're gonna ask you, who's the first person ass you bust when you got to the league?
Ooh.
Do you remember that is the question.
Remember that first big game that you was swerving and who it was against?
I honestly didn't remember mine.
It wasn't like the first big game, but I remember the first big moment for me. And that was when I did the double behind the back on Aaron McKee. I was in the game, and there's footage of it. I just watched it. And that was like one of the first moments where I was like...
What Chuck say to you?
He just looked at me, he acknowledged me. He acknowledged by looking at me. I'm like, oh man, my hero looked at me like,
that's all we needed.
That's it. So for me, that was like the first big moment where I was like, dang, I can go back to my hood. I'm like, man, how you see that? You see that move? So that was the first one.
We all Clippers here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's probably that was probably. We did a little buzz. We got a little something going, but I'm talking about. I'm being honest. I feel like that was the best time, time capsule in Clipper history, where it was like you really, you know what I'm saying, like Doc changed the arena. It was looking like a Clippers home game, all of that stuff together, and y'all was going to the actual playoffs, and you know what I'm saying, like that. Talk about that time capsule with the Clippers and how special that group was, man.
It was a dream come true, and it's from the standpoint this much talent at this time in this place where we can kind of write our own history. You know what I'm saying? We really believed we was gonna win a championship. That was the single focus, was winning a championship. And looking back, I'm not sure we were mentally ready to win a championship, and I think our youth took a shot at us. I will be back, you know what I mean? Because our best players are young. Blake and CP was young, DJ's young. But it's I think honestly we're one of the best teams to never win a championship. We had so much talent. Yeah. We had I think we won the second most games over a 5-year span, behind maybe the Spurs or Warriors, one or the other, in that time period. So we was like, we gonna win a championship. We had everything. If you look at the roster, bro, look at the roster. Go back and look at the rosters. And then Doc, who had just won a championship in 08, we had everything.
Every tool you needed.
Bench,
everything. And it was just like, man, why couldn't we get over the hump? And that part's frustrating when you look back at it, but I wouldn't trade it for nothing. Everywhere I go, from coaching or whatever, people always identify me with the Lob City Clippers.
Yeah.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? And it put my game on fully display because I was with the Knicks with you, obviously, and that's the Knicks, but we wasn't winning like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in Chicago, we ain't winning like that.
Yeah.
I'm in Atlanta, and we're doing well, but it's not like a national team. So that was the perfect storm. And so for me, that put my full game on display. It kind of introduced my game to everybody who wasn't just a casual basketball fan.
Yeah.
And just the team playing with Chris Paul. Bro, he's so smart. He sees things in a whole different color, a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's always thinking later on in the game.
How was it for you, being a teammate of his for them years, and y'all was in literal battles with the Warriors? How was it for you when you saw he got traded to them and is this gonna happen? And even now, how is it for you seeing him playing with those guys?
Weird. Bro, we were the last team to put the Warriors out before they went on their championship run. And I saw the battle. I remember Steph being the little bro in the State Farm commercials with CP.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to see them together is crazy. And I just saw them 2 weeks ago when I called the game. And it's just weird even seeing them in that color don't look right. You know what I'm saying? It just looked weird. I hope the best for him.
You need to get Clay on one of them State Farm commercials.
Right. But going back to what you said, not to forget about Blake, Blake is probably, if top shelf people I've ever played with or seen in person, Blake is that. As good as he was, that people saw, he was still underrated because people didn't see how he could pass and how he can control a game and how he could do everything on the court. And to me, he's a future Hall of Famer because Blake can literally Man, bro, he was jumping over cars, bro.
He was going
and that wasn't even his best
nuts.
attribute. Like, the way he played, when we played the Spurs, which was the toughest series I ever played in, he was far and away with the best player in the series. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
And to me, that's when he put the world on display of his whole game. Like, Blake was ridiculous.
Last time we talked to you, it was around the bubble.
Yeah.
Around the bubble time.
Dang, it's been 4 years. That's
We gotta
crazy.
do better, people.
That's
this
crazy.
is a friend of the program.
Yeah,
This
it
is
shouldn't
family.
be like
This
that.
is
We can't let
he gotta
another
be
4
a
years go by.
multiple-time check-in. He got to get on KD's level. KD been on with us
I know.
man, a lot of times.
So it was the bubble, and you know how the world changed them 2 years and all that. So what did the bubble and that time or do for you after that? Like, what did you come off of that and learn? Because you was trying to get back in basketball still, and you was trying to move around. But after that happened, what was the move for you? What was your thought process of what to do?
I think it put everything in perspective and just the world of not knowing, like, what was next. We didn't know anything. Like, you couldn't even really be by anybody that wasn't your family. So
Crazy.
It was just like a whole time. And then my focus kind of shifted from chasing my dream of hooping to, like, damn, how's the world going? You know what I mean? It was a different feel. And so I still wanted to hoop, but it wasn't like the end-all, be-all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, it was almost gratifying, to be honest with you. Like, I thought I was going to play that year with the Nets the next year because we had talked about it. We had a program, everything. But it's almost gratifying, like, even though I got hurt in the bubble, when I left, I kind of looked like I was when I was there the last time, and I hadn't played in 16 months. So for me, I was like, I still show I could hoop at 40. You know what I mean? It was almost like gratifying in that way. And getting a chance, I could have left because I got hurt. And anybody else been like, I'm going back with my family. I'm like, nah, I showed, you know.
You want to be around and
and
show your commitment.
show dedication to these young dudes who's trying to guide their way, the Karis LeVerts. You know what I'm saying? And those guys of the world. To show them, you know what, just because I'm not hooping, I'm still here with y'all. And they need a leadership and guidance because a lot of vets didn't go.
The last game you played in officially, you scored how many points?
For Phoenix? Or for the Nets?
Phoenix. It was Phoenix, right? When you hit 50.
Yeah, 51, 5 assists off the bench.
That's his last game he played.
In an arena, in a real, like, arena.
Yeah.
Before you continue, you ever hit 50 in the league?
No.
I ain't never hit 50 in the league.
Whatever.
This man last game, how old was you, 40?
39.
50.
It was crazy, though.
Come on, dog. That's a walking bucket, dog.
It was crazy. It was crazy because...
We know you ain't top Kobe because Kobe shit was
60. Nah,
legendary.
it's second.
That's
sure.
the second. Oh, you already know. Like,
I got an idea. Nah, it was crazy because my highest scoring month in my career, Clipper days, Bulls days, Knicks days, was that month.
That month.
I averaged 31 points and 6 assists that month. It was a short month, and we won half the games, and I was 39.
Yeah.
So it was crazy because I honestly, looking back and being reflective, I honestly feel like God was like, you know what? You were so good to the game. You never cheated the game. This is going to be your outro. This is going to be your exit. This is going to be the best way I can send you out.
Do you hate when teams make the decision for players instead of the players making the decision for themselves of how long they want to play or what's the extension of what they want to play?
It's almost like ageism in a way, right? And it's crazy because, and Q pointed this out before I even really thought about it, I think last time we was on, and he was like, most people that come into the game leave a totally different player. If you came in windmill and dunking, you're not really leaving like that. LeBron's showing.
Vince.
Yeah, Vince or LeBron, right?
Yeah.
And I actually played the exact same way the whole time. So what I thought about, and like I said, I've had time now, is you're not supposed to be able to do those things on your last day as you was your first day. That even messes with fans because fans want to see that.
Yeah.
So if they want to see it and you have a young player you want to develop, it's like, well, how am I going to play him and let him grow and let him get these next 5, 10, 15 years if you're still here in a way kind of getting in the way of that? And so it becomes a distraction at times too.
That's why his nickname is Young Maul, because right now he still looked the same way. You saw when he walked in and you said what you said, like he still when we see him go to the gym, it's still the same thing. That's why I've been calling you Young Maul for how long?
20 years.
Right? Like,
Literally.
Young Maul, like when I
For
see him,
20
when he
years.
come in, like same thing.
Let me ask you this: How is the handles right now today? How the handles feel? Do they feel like they ain't
Gillie
miss
about
a
to
beat?
find out.
Yeah, Gillie gonna find out if he
the kid
stopped
about to
ducking me.
find out how
He
those
stopped
handles looking. I seen that smoke.
ducking me. How you gonna call me out and then leave? Like, where you
That's
at?
what he did.
He got
left.
missing.
He was trolling. He been missing.
Hey,
you see it's been quiet. I was like, all right, let's do it.
We gotta put an APB out on Gillie.
I think Gillie don't really know
y'all.
how really tall you is and how like. I don't think they understand when you really walk up on the NBA player and be like, oh, I thought he was a small guard.
Yeah, I thought he was short. Like for real. And so
how did all this start? Did he why did he just try and pull your name out of the hat? Like, well, what make him think you sweet like that?
It goes back low key because a couple of IG lives, he was talking about basketball and he thought Joe Johnson kind of slick and he said, yeah, and Crawford. And he kept going with it. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if he's talking about me or not. So I was like, all right, it's cool. And then when he was on with Cam and Mason and them, he was like, yeah, Jamal Crawford. And he called me out like loudly. And I'm like, whoa. And so I hit Cam, or Cam hit me, and then we got on a group text with we called Gillie. And he's like, I got Jamal on the phone. He was like, hello, Jamal. Like he was nervous. I was like, what's up? I said, I heard you was looking for me. And he was like, not really, but I said, well, no, we can do it. It's all good. And then we got on a group chat, and then it's been quiet since. And that's y'all family something.
So so basically you said once you pulled up to check his temperature, he slid to the side. He said he probably ain't think Jamal Crawford gonna really respond and be ready for that.
He didn't think I really respond.
He don't know you really a gym rat and you a ball against him. You balling anyway against anybody.
I was in the gym when I heard. Like I'm all the way with it. Like however you want to do it. Because I don't bother nobody. I don't say nothing. I'm quiet. I don't say nothing to nobody. But no, that mano a mano, one-on-one.
Listen, that's the last thing you want, Gillie. I would challenge him in a 5-on-5 or 3.
That's a better option.
One-on-one.
Your Philly crew versus my Seattle crew, whatever. That's a better
that's not.
It's a chance.
You get no breaks. It's just you and him. And if y'all play make him take him, I'm gonna bet you ain't getting the ball.
You
back.
want to score unless I want you.
Unless he give you first ball, you ain't getting the ball back. I done seen what he could do. You done seen what he could do. Type in his name and watch his ISOs in the NBA game. This is under coaching. When they don't want you to do certain shit.
Well, you weren't supposed to do this.
In the gym one-on-one with him?
Nah. Well, I'm my own coach. Right? Like, nah, that's not it.
Let me ask you this. You know, man, sometimes a lot of retired players, after they kind of put their ball down, they don't really touch their ball no more. Like, I can remember, like, it was a year or it'd be 6 months before I run across where I'm actually grabbing the ball, not only just touching the ball, getting some shots up. How many times you touch the ball every week or every month to keep it going, to keep the feel of it? Because you got to have that feel. I ain't touched it so long, and I felt it. I was
first,
like, damn, I ain't felt it.
So for me, it was to give myself a mental break where I wasn't like sad or depressed because I wasn't hooping. I went from every day to like 3 days a week. Now I'm 3 days a week, and it's good. Like I'm at peace with it. And like I told you before we start airing, if you told me I could talk a Game 7, I could play in a Game 7, I can coach my kids, I'm coaching my kids every time. And I'm happy with that. Like it's a whole different win because I'm relearning things by coaching it to them. Like thoughts I haven't had in 20-something years, I'm relearning because I'm teaching them.
You played 20 years, and then you gotta reinvent yourself and go pro all over again. And then they don't want you to bring your credentials that you had from here with you. We always say everybody can't get that D-Wade farewell tour where they, you get praised. A lot of us just get told, or don't even get told shit. You don't get a call. You don't even get a call. You just figure it out like, well,
I guess that's it.
You know what I'm saying? So just talk about that.
It was crazy, and going back to what you said, like, you can kind of be like, I'm slowing down, or this is happening, or you can kind of feel it. We're realistic with each other and realistic with ourselves. Mine was a 51-point game. And take away the basketball part. Before that, I won Teammate of the Year in the whole league. Like, that's not something you're trying to win. You're just trying to do right by people and want the best for them like you want for yourself. That's more your character. And I was more proud about that than any of the six men. Because it's like you're not trying to win that award. Like, you're trying to hope your teammate gets the best out of himself. So, and you want the best for him. So you can't question my character. You can't question my game. And you still like kind of, we ain't touching him, like out of all people, for real. And that, it's depressed days. It's days you're like, what's next? Because you can have it all together. I talked to Grant Hill about this a while ago when he retired. He was like, you can have it all together. Grant's owner, he's this, he's that. USA basketball, he's like, but there's no feeling like playing that game. And so you search for that, right? And sometimes we turn to bad things. Sometimes we just try to find ourselves. And I found it through kids. And it was amazing because I've been doing camps. I've been mentor to so many people for so long, but it's different when you're helping somebody start their journey. and start their like basketball life at 10, 11 years old. Yeah. It's like you become reborn. It's like you become young again through them, which is really, really dope. And so for me, I'm blessed that I found that because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I had options. The same teams that didn't want to sign me wanted me on their staff to coach. Yeah. The same teams that didn't want to sign me wanted me in their front office. Yeah. So I'm like, damn, you want me? I'm cool enough for you to get my advice from, but you don't want me playing for you. Playing on court.
I think they eventually like the role that UD has in Miami. I think that should be a permanent role for every team.
Do you know how much better the league would be if that was there?
Because it's league wide. A lot of the OGs, not even OG, but like I guess you could say vets, they be 24 now. So you really, come in as a 19, 20-year-old rookie, the dude you looking up to 26. May be 25, 26, and he really ain't even got it figured out yet himself.
Bro, the vets that I had changed my career.
Yeah.
Charles Oakley.
Straight up.
Rick Brunson, Kendall Gill. Like, no, being on time is being an hour and a half early. You're not eating McDonald's before games. You're wearing 2 pair of socks for training camp so your feet don't, like little things, but they stick with you. And that was the foundation for my career. There's no way I could have made it, even past, we were signing 4-year deals at the time, past that without the vets. And it's needed right now. You can see it throughout the league. Who was the vet in Memphis? There wasn't a vet in Memphis when that was
same situation, 25-year-old.
No, now, but I'm saying when John went through a situation, I'm not saying he could have stopped a situation like that, but he could have seen it coming and kind of like, yo, slow down a little bit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And just make him think a little bit.
The respect is gone. Like, you can have a vet, but then you got to have the guys to respect him in a certain way.
And if there's only one, he's outnumbered. There's 14 of us acting the fool, doing what we want to do. It's him by himself. There should be like 3 vets on every team.
Let me ask you this. I feel like I can't coach because I don't have the patience for coach. And not only do I feel like I don't have the patience, I got to coach at a certain level. Like I don't think I can start off with the fundamentals how some coaches can. You know, the younger they is, the more patience you have to have. Where you find that patience to deal with the kids who don't know the fundamentals, some of the kids who didn't grow up in the basketball circuit and just started playing basketball, like where you find the patience to be a coach?
I think I've always had patience, but I think within my patience has definitely opened up and grown because when I'm teaching them something, it's like I see their face and I see their eyes, I'm like, wow. What they just learned right there, they don't know it, but it's going to stick with them forever. They'll remember that moment forever, and the joy within that, and seeing the curiosity they have, and seeing where they're going to take it. Oh, that did that? Okay, well, what's next? And it's like it's continuing to grow and evolve, and you can see their mind physically opening it up. Yeah. And to me, that's one of the coolest things because you know that you left an imprint on that kid. Yeah. And there's so many of them, right? And I treat them all like my son, even though I'm the one coaching them.
You coaching your own son, JJ. Right. Y'all don't know, go Google him. Young boy got game. I don't want him to get no big headed number. Young boy nice out there. He's a young fella. Like, tell me, like, how is that to sit and watch, like, yo, mini-me, like, you, like, I'm seeing YouTube, so I know you see WAYB, you see everything, like, the flashes, this, like, how does that feel when you watch him and you see him do, whether it's emulating some of your stuff or doing his own thing, just hooping how he hooping? How does that feel to see your own son going like that? And he's young still.
Yeah, it's surreal, to be honest with you. I was in the gym with him, and D-Book was coming to Seattle. He's coming to Pro-Am to support. And D-Book FaceTimed me, and I missed it because I was in the gym. And I'm like, hold up. Book just FaceTimed me. So JJ came in the camera, of course. He's a fan. Right. So I FaceTime him back, and he's like, Book's like, what you doing? I'm like, I'm in the gym. He's like, I'm going to be there later on today. I want to get in the gym with little bro. And I'm not one that would ever, like, ask for my son to work out with a pro. I would ask, could he come watch you work out just so he could be a fly on the wall and see it? And that was one of the most proud moments when I was just a dad and they worked out. And I'm just watching. And JJ, obviously, Book is one of the best in the world, but JJ is actually keeping up with the actual drills. Right. And even Book is surprised. And they're just doing whatever Book wants to do. He brought his trainer. And just as a dad, I'm like, wow. Like, and since that day, JJ's whole mindset has changed. Like, 'cause when I'm coaching him, I'm not a guy who played 20 years. I'm his dad. So for him, it's like, Dad, whatever. You know, you listen to me, but it's a different feeling when one of your favorite players is saying the same thing. It resonates different. It hits different. And so to see his mind open up to that and see how his work and his mind has changed. He's like, he wants it now and what it takes to get it.
Talk about that. Like, you just was showing me before we got on how you built the court in the crib, dope-ass court in the crib. But, like, like you said the other day, he was just sitting in the gym. Like he just want to be in there. Like even if he not, like he be in there working out, getting his game on. But even when he ain't working, he just want to sit there and be in there. Like how did that make you feel to know that like my son really like me? He a gym rat like I was, like I am.
The gym came because he had like a little court in his room. And I'm gonna show you the video after this. He had a little court in his room, and he's in there playing. There's no rim, so he in there like Netso. He in there going one-on-one by himself with no rim. I said, wow, he really loves it. Like
you know, you a real hooper when you got the imaginary ball on you.
That's how we grew up. Socks
we grew up with the imaginary ball, like we
that's
dribbled down
the
people.
That's where all the moves came from. You see somebody, you see Iverson, like, how can I remix that? And the imagination just takes over. But he's doing it himself. And so for me, I'm like, okay, we're building a court. Yeah. And that part of it is like all the young players. He told me about John Morant. He told me about the Thompson twins. Like he's telling me about all these kids.
He's checking everything out.
Bro, he's a sponge and he loves the game and he wants to get better. And now you see him becoming, because he's a nice kid and he's light skinned, so you know you're gonna get tested. But you see him like, nah, I'm here. And his game has always been there. But now he's like, nah, I'm here. No matter if I'm younger or not, I want it. And it's dope to see. And I'm blessed in that way because I know how much I love the game. And so our connection is on so much of a deeper level because of that.
Right now, you know, like he big time, y'all. He had Turner, you know what I'm saying? You didn't figure things out. Maul got mail bags and stuff. He hollering at the fans. He holding down NBA TV. Sometimes he be on the big show on TNT. He always the one they call for. One of the guys missing. First up, shawty. How do it feel, man? You be chilling with the legendary Ernie, now Hall of Fame Ernie Johnson. Shaq, Chuck, Kenny, like how that feel be, and you know the whole bullpen. Yeah. Zeke be up in there, Smitty,
everybody,
Greg Gans, all the guys, 3D,
Grant Hill,
Grant Hill, all the guys. Like how that feel to be like, you know, from coming from a place where you try and figure shit out. Then you know what I'm saying. Me and you do Hooper Vision, but then phones start blowing up. You the man in them out there.
It's not even real for real because this wasn't the goal. Like I never want to do media. And not because I had something against it. That wasn't my focus. I thought I'd be a GM. I'll go to LA Fitness and put teams together just to balance it out. And I thought that's what I'd be doing. You know what I'm saying? So I got offers to coach and then I got offers for that. But I was already entrenched with the kids. I wasn't leaving that. I wasn't leaving home. I'm like, why coach these grown men who already made it? I'm trying to help these kids make it. It'll mean more. And so if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing all this. And I'm not just saying it because I tell everybody this.
Every time.
It's the truth. Like, I remember where I was when you called me. I was picking up the kids, and I was in the garage line. I'm like, I may lose service, you know, but he's like, no, Mo, I got something for you. I think you'll be dope at it. I think, and other people had tried to get me on TV, and I was like, nah. I'll tell you a story. JJ Redick, when I knew he was leaving the Ringer, he's like, Mo, let's do a podcast. I'm like, man, I'm not even in that space mentally. I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, and so, but Q got me into space, and Q was like, Mo, you're gonna be good at it. And how he brought me into space was perfect. It wasn't no pressure. Like I could do it from home. We could talk the game. And what Q taught me was this. We were actually carrying the game. And I didn't even know what that meant. He's like, Mo, we're actually carrying the game like, you know, Mark or Jeff or you know, Mike Breen would do. We're not just doing a halftime post. I'm like, what are you talking about? But now going back, I'm like, whoa. That was like the best training method. For now, in a different way, kids, when they play basketball, they try to reclass. They try to play young kids. When we grew up, we played older people. The method he had me in was like us playing older people because it was the hardest thing
we could do.
So
and
me coming to the game,
neither one of us knew what we was doing.
At all, but we figured it out. We figured out a plan. Remember, we wrote up the plan and everything. Like,
listen, they had to listen. You remember I told you they had to go ahead. I say, hey, man, listen, we might need some executive producing. Like we helped get that joint to where we are now. Like now we have a whole team. Like now the NBA has brought in, we have a team.
That's dope.
And then before you know it, we had like, all right, now we got like a little situation that we know. Now we know what we doing. Like we both felt like after the first one, it was like, damn, what you think? Then after the second one, it was like, okay. Now the third one, we was like, now we hitting our stride because like it just take reps. But like by the time we got through, like we was bringing through dope guests. Like my man had Q-Tip, J. Cole.
We brought in dope guests like Q-Tip. People that a lot of people couldn't get, people that people want to hear from. You know what I'm saying? And
don't know how big of a sports, like basketball fan they are, how knowledgeable they were.
To GP, to T-Mac, to Penny. We were bringing
Michael
everybody.
Bivens, like for real, like we had it cracking. And like
But it doesn't happen without, and I said that then, I'm like, yo, you the man, I'm just your co-pilot. Just tell me what to do.
Listen.
This is a true story.
True story. I told him from the jump. The second he agreed to it, what did I say?
He said, you out of here.
I say, watch what happens.
He said, watch what happens.
I say, after the very first announcement, when they announced that we was doing it, it's over. It's over. I told him, I say, it's over. I say, your phone not gonna stop ringing, bro. So first one came in, he was like, damn, bro, I think it's starting to happen right now.
He said it. Because I didn't see it. I didn't want to, this wasn't my goal. So I didn't know nothing, right? I didn't know what I didn't know either.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, you out of here, I'm telling you. And I was like, so thank you to this brother right here. Because honestly, it would not have happened.
That's what's up. You been in the space now. You getting the opportunity to be with a Emmy-winning cast, podcast all the way to national recognized show. What's your perspective of it, like the media now? Because you had this as a player. We have this thought of the media, and now that you're a part of it and you moving and grooving into all these areas, what you think about the media in a sense now?
I think, to be honest with you, we have a responsibility. And that's to be authentic. I think we have a responsibility to grow the game. I think we have a responsibility to tell the truth without tearing somebody down. And for me and all of us, I feel like we absolutely are on that path. And I don't want to be the dude who says something that everybody talked about for 5 minutes and that's it. I want to be great. Yeah. And so with that, I want to be great in every facet. Like Q said, I got the mailbag. I came in as an analyst. Now I'm hosting, Crawford's Couch, where I have people pop on. And now I'm commentating games. So I want to be better at this than I was hooping. Yeah. Because I feel like hooping, I was an acquired taste. Everybody didn't like my game. It wasn't for everybody. But the ones who rock with it. In this space, I think I can connect more people. Even the person who didn't like my game may like how I view something. Or it may make sense to them, something they didn't understand. So for me, we have a responsibility, but I also think if you're authentic, I think being good at something lasts longer than being hot. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We have a responsibility.
For sure.
Like, not just to be here, but like you said, to be able to be here in this space and not tear our brothers down. We ain't about to do all of that.
Because I've seen now on this side, I've seen when that camera's on, people turn to somebody else.
Thank you.
That camera's like, the seat makes them hot. Where they like, nah, I gotta say something crazy. Nah, you don't. Just be, you know what I'm saying?
That's what get motherfuckers in trouble sometimes.
I'm not, that's not ever gonna move me. That's never gonna, persuade me to do something I'm not supposed to do. I'm gonna always be honest, I'm always be fair, and I'm gonna always be objective. Yeah. And always be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still get a point across without belittling somebody.
When you first did the big show with fucking, you sitting the opposite Shaq, Ernie,
Chuck, all
of them. Like, how was that for you? Like, I know we all do it. Like, what type of nervous moments did you have?
God.
Like, when you like, you trying to be all like, then talk about how like it instantly melts away because they just super cool and make it super easy for you.
My first time on Turner was when I filled in for Chuck. And if you go back and watch, Kenny act like he dropped a pen.
To beat you to the board.
I was so nervous before, bro. I was so nervous before the moment with the show. I'm like, oh, let me get it for you, and that was a real moment. Yeah. But when that happened, to your point, Q, everything went away. I'm like, oh, we just chilling. Okay, it's just a camera there, but we just chilling. We at the barbershop, and so when I went in with that mindset, it was like, oh, we just chilling. So the rest was easy because then your personality comes out. Then you're really just up there talking.
Your knowledge come out.
Yeah, all that. Like, you really just, the game's the most important thing.
He hit me, and I told him, I had been at Turner. I say, yo.
Yeah, that's my mentor. We're the same age, but that's my mentor.
Negative. I say, not hating on any other networks or none of that stuff. I say, bro, the one thing I could tell you, because I know Maul like me, like you, we all love to be able to be around the rest of us and be part of the group and just talk shop, just kick the shit and just kick it. And like, for me, that was the best part of being at Turner. Like, you really feel like, man, I just kicked it before I went to work and when I got off work.
And honestly, that was the difference when I asked him. That was the difference in me signing there versus other places. Because nobody else, I felt like, had that.
You a hooper, bro. It's just a dope situation, you know what I'm saying?
It's dope. It's one of a kind. Like, last night, Vince was there. And he's like, man, this is just different, bro. This is different, like the whole vibe. We in there playing music, we DJing, we just like, it's just dope. You know what I'm saying? It's like we in the locker room.
They cater to the player.
Yeah, it's dope.
With the crossover league, you a destination into something. You done had from the Chet Holmgrens to the Paolos to like, you had LeBron and Jay Tatum come through, bro. Like, it don't like, just LeBron, period. You don't get no bigger than that. Like, what are you doing when you get word like, oh, it's going down?
It's crazy because we grew it. I took over in 2005, and it was Doug Christie's at the time. And he was like, I'm getting further in the league. I want to, you got it. I know you're going to do right by it. You played in it. You actually care about it. You're going to be here to support it. And so for the first, we went from gym to gym. So it's hard to, and this wasn't social media, so it was hard to keep like a following.
Right.
One weekend we're here, one weekend we're here. It wasn't like a home. Then we went to a high school, my high school, and we kind of started getting more people. We went to a community center, got more people. I'm like, okay, we got to go to college. And when we went there, the first summer, it was Blake Griffin, John Wall, and KD. Mm-hmm. And KD was either fresh off of MVP, and it was his first time back in Seattle since the Sonics had left. Mm. And that's what really just made it explode. That's what took it to like worldwide level. And I remember talking to Kev at the time, and he was like, man, this was the best day I had all summer. Mm-hmm. I needed a day like this. And so when he came out, let me tell you a story about that, a backstory. Kev, we get him out safe. The mayor couldn't even get in, by the way. The official mayor could not get in the gym.
Because you the mayor. I just said who the mayor is.
The official mayor could not get in the gym.
Because you the mayor.
We get KD out safely. KD stops his car. Yeah, because it was pandemonium. He stops his car and signs the autograph in the middle of the street for 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Where all the fans could touch him, take a picture with him. We just sitting there. And it was crazy to see that, and it just grew from there. Now video games want to be a part. Body Armor wants to be a part. Adidas at the time wanted to be a part. And you have all these things happening. And I always say, like, best promotion is it selling itself. So it was doing so well, and people were like, man, we got to get up there. So most of the people that came, they hit me to come. It wasn't me saying, yo, would you come up here? It was them. Mm-hmm. And so the LeBron situation, though, when he confirmed, I told the team, it's only 4 of us, myself, Vess, or 5 of us, myself, Vess, Dave, AK, and my nephew, Anthony. And I said, once we hit this button, nothing's going to be the same. So just remember this moment right now before we hit this button, that he's coming. And when we did it, there was people out there. We hit the button at 3:30, I think, West Coast time. There was people outside in the line at 4 o'clock. Mm. The game wasn't until 4 o'clock the next day. You know what I'm saying?
So like,
they had video of this shit. It
was unbelievable. It was like the blackout game. It was so crazy, it couldn't finish.
Yeah,
it was just ridiculous. And you had 9 NBA players in one game, including the biggest in the world.
Yeah,
right. It was like nothing else.
Who's your top 5 Seattle Hoopers ever? Who's
starting 5 out of Seattle?
I ain't putting myself in this. I'm getting a spot right there. I'm saying Brandon Roy, Jason Terry, Doug Christie. I'm saying Isaiah because Seattle Tacoma. Mm-hmm. And then I'll say Nate. I love Nate.
So
I'm saying Nate. That's my 5. Yeah, that's my 5. But then you got Zach, DeJounte, Paolo. They about to take it all another level.
New generation.
The new generation gonna take it a whole another level.
Speaking of Isaiah, you done been through something similar to what he's going to now. Like he can play. I think he's proven that he can play.
He looks great right now.
But,
I just hooped with him the other day.
Like the reason that he's not in the NBA and the perseverance he got to go to get up every morning at home and continue to make sure he's ready just in case a phone call is getting made. But just speak up on Isaiah, the type of person he is, and what he's going through to even have that dream of still wanting to get back in the NBA.
He's an unbelievable person. He's about his community. He's about uplifting people. He is going through exactly what I went through. Mm-hmm. Like literally waking up every single day, working out at 5 in the morning, not knowing if that call's coming or not, but you're blindly working out in case it does come. Mm-hmm. If his name wasn't Isaiah Thomas, he would be in the NBA. And what I mean by that is this. He has his own following. So wherever he goes, it's going to be some sort of distraction because people want him to play.
You can't just bring him in and sit him.
Exactly. Because fans know, like, no, he should be playing. We're paying harder money to be here. We want to see him. Mm-hmm. And people are like, no, we want him to be the vet to mentor. And he's wanting to do that too, but the people want to see him. And when the people speak, you know how that goes. So if his name wasn't that, if it was John Smith with the same talent, the same character, whatever, without the same resume, he would be in the NBA for sure.
So we are Orlando boys. We live in Orlando.
Paulo.
And then that young Orlando team has been real exciting this year. And one of them guys is from Seattle that's leading the charge. He's a top 50 player, by ESPN.
He's a dude.
To see him transition to his second year, I see a lot more maturity from the first year to the second year. I feel like it was more proven the first year. I feel like this second year he kind of sinking into himself. He knows that really I don't have to get all the points or do all this. I can just do the little things that might not even come up on the stat sheet. What do you see out of him this year that you seen the growth from?
Exactly what you said, the little things. And I think the experience of USA basketball helped tremendously because he couldn't be the focus. He couldn't be the main dude on that team. So you had to have like a little thing impact where you do all the little things to have a big impact. And that's what I told him. I talked to him this summer when he was there. And obviously he wasn't the main scorer, but it was like, yo, the little things you're doing now are going to help make you a better all-around player. Because when you get back with your team, you're going to be the main dude, but you're going to have these habits of doing little things that help you win. And he's leading. And I don't even know if he's averaging what he averaged last year. He may be close, but the all-around play is stellar.
I was about to say, it does. Yeah. I can't tell you what he averaged, but it don't matter. It's just the way, like you said, the way he's playing, the way he stepped up his game.
He plays the right way, too.
They play. That's what I love about them. I watch every game, and they play the right way. It's no selfishness. It's no, my turn, I'm the man. And they say it. It's not like they just play like that. I do the post game. I watch them doing the interview, and I've seen Paolo say out of his mouth, "We don't care who scores what." I'm talking about as a team.
And they're truly
we all like each other. We all are happy for each other. We supporting each other, and you see that.
What's crazy about them, and I think OKC, is they've brought like a college atmosphere to the NBA.
Yes.
Which is rare because, pros are supposed to be individual, my bag, me. They brought like weed to the NBA.
Fresh.
It's fresh. And it's a system, it's a culture. And OKC's doing the same thing. Sacramento kind of did the same thing last year. But these guys are even younger. And they're hungry.
And I got to give a shout out to Coach Jamal Mosley because he's doing a damn good job, bro. Like those dudes, these kids respond to him, they listen, they resonate.
And he involves everybody.
Everybody.
It could be anybody. Like they're okay with that.
He giving them dudes the confidence to go out there and just ball. Ain't nobody looking scared or nothing. Like you know what that is when you got that coach is like, don't do this or you do like.
It can mess with your whole.
Your game.
That's the best defense you can see at times.
For real.
When the coaches, because I always say you're as good or as bad as the coach wants you to be.
Yeah.
And to Q's point, he's given that freedom, but also responsibility. Like, yeah, you're balling, but you're balling within the framework of everybody balling. And we're all winning because of it. And they enjoy playing together. They're like a college team in the NBA.
I love it, bro.
I didn't make the playoffs or get the opportunity to play in the playoffs because I always played with a team that
it took me forever
that was rebuilding. I know for you, it took you 11 years.
Yeah, 10 or 11 years.
10, 11 years to play off. This new in-season tournament, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel about the in-season tournament? Guys like us that, was on teams early on in our career, you get the opportunity to be in something and play for something early in the season. What do you think about the in-season tournament? What you think about the success? And tell us just overall your whole perspective of it.
I didn't know what to expect, to be honest with y'all. Like, I didn't know what to expect because I'm like, this is different. And we don't always like different, right? But the fact that it was like, it made everybody play hard. And that's what the guys who played before, we want them to compete.
We only had one blowout game out of all the in-season
all them games. And like
in the Final Four. Thanks, New Orleans.
And then you want them to compete and play hard. And they're doing that. And the young fellas is, you know how it is, we always gonna show love to young fellas if we can. We know what they go through to be the league and they're not making the same money. We're gonna look out for them. You took care of Nate, you took care of so many people. I seen it visually. You know what I'm saying? So like that part of it, but the fact that they're competing. Only thing I would add to it is somehow the winner gets an automatic playoff spot.
I think that I've seen that being floated, and I'm 100% with that. That should definitely be a situation.
Even the person that makes they may not get the same seed, but they should get there too. So it makes it even more competitive.
So the teams that get in the championship should get an automatic playoff spot.
I don't know about the team that lose, but for sure
they still got there though.
That's true, but I'm just saying I don't know.
I think it should be both because it's East and West Coast.
It's East and West. That's what I'm saying.
So
I don't care.
You're gonna give one West Coast team a spot in the playoffs.
Winner trophies.
Yeah,
I'm not
teaching
side. My kids to just get a participate. You lost.
But you could also learn in a lesson when you lose. That's a lesson too.
Learn. Come back and win, and you will get your automatic bid next year, motherfucker. Like, what you talking about?
All right, I ain't against that, but at least one of them should get the winner should get one.
Because I was thinking about other realms of that too, like outside of 500,000, it should be some more that you get out of that.
Along with the game.
But with that, do that kind of go against the play-in? You know what I'm saying? You're already adding 2 more teams to the play-in, to get in the playoffs. So if somebody win the in-season tournament, what about the play-in when you get to the playoffs?
They got way smarter people than us to
figure
it out.
Yeah, they going to figure it out.
That's making my brain hurt just thinking about it right now.
They going to figure it out, for sure. For sure they going to figure it out.
But I was trying to think about it real quick. I said, no, I ain't got that one.
His brain start hurting.
Yeah, I was telling Q, and I'm not saying that this is validating the in-season tournament, but I'm happy LeBron is the MVP. I'm happy the Lakers won it. A veteran team, a team that wins all the time,
Would
and
you
a
put
guy
a banner
like
up if you
LeBron
won
that
that?
has
Let
all
me ask
the.
you that. Would you put a banner up if you won that?
I saw the listen
in the arena.
Time out, because I know what he's referring to. I know where this question is coming from a specific place. He saw the video that was going around with Kobe.
Yep.
Kobe said it. He was speaking on the Lakers as an organization. And I don't know what they asked him, but he was emphatic about it. He was like, "Yo, that ain't what we do here. I don't care if you ain't gotta like it, you ain't gotta do this, but like we don't put conference championship banners up. We don't put divisional only this is the city of champions. Only NBA championship titles going up there. Now, you have to keep it in context because this type of situation didn't exist. This is still a championship, so that's why I say it should be allowed.
I think I don't know
because it's the first of its kind, and I think it's going to continue to stay here. And it is an actual championship. It's not like a conference. It's a league-wide championship.
I don't know if you should put a big banner up like a championship banner, but I feel like it should be acknowledged in your arena that you won the in-season tournament. Like I said, you don't gotta
be the same banner.
There gotta be a big-time banner up where the retired jerseys and all that. Right. But somewhere in the arena, you show that the 2023 in-season champion is the Lakers.
So let me just say this, right?
I'm with that. I like that.
Because to me, that's subjective. Like that's like, I feel like the Lakers could feel like that, but had the Pacers won, why wouldn't they want a motherfucking
And that's what I was gonna say too.
Banner?
Like the history of the
Lakers
team.
and the Celtics got a little different thing going on. Like, hey, we don't want to put that up there and mess up our world. They got 20 of like 18 of each. Like, but for a team that ain't did nothing or won nothing, like if the Clippers,
they gonna put that up.
If the Clippers won,
they put that
up.
Bro,
we better put it up. Fuck you mean? We ain't got nothing.
In Seattle, we won. Rainier Beach has won a bunch of championships. We had a bunch of players. We've never once put up a city championship banner.
Yeah.
It's only the state championships. So you could say that's the Lakers kind of motto, but to your point, it should be acknowledged, just not in the same regard, the same way. As a different color or whatever.
Yeah, not in the same regards as an NBA championship,
right.
But it should be acknowledged in your arena. But like I was going back to, like I'm happy LeBron won it because it kind of validates it at the end. You know, I didn't really want to see the Pacers win it when people don't really have the Pacers winning the championship.
Can I ask you, because you actually played with LeBron, so to see him 21 years later, took the same path, high school to the league like you, to see him 21 years later at this level, like you said, some people are retired 10, 15, we ain't even touching the basketball, to see him at this level with this drive, did you expect it, one, and how crazy is it to see, two?
No, you can't expect that longevity, but just, like I always say this about LeBron, I was 3 years, it was about to be my 4th year when LeBron got to the Cavs. He was way more mature than me being 4 years in the league.
Day one when he came in.
Coming straight out of high school. So what I did see in him was maturity. In maturity, I seen like how hard he worked and what he did and so forth on. I never grew up in the weight room. I grew up in the gym.
Right.
And if you know anything about professional athletes, you got to do both. You just can't do gym and not do weight room because your body got to be strong enough to withstand these long seasons. His maturity off the court and his maturity on the court was like, coming out of high school, I haven't seen that from nobody. You know, we still playing, we goofy, right, you know what I'm saying, playing around, not taking shit as serious as others. But his maturity level was just crazy. So if anybody could do it, I'd say him do it. But you can't predict 21 years and still averaging over 20-something points. It's crazy.
Yeah, nobody could predict think, hope, pray any of this shit would happen on the level that it's happening. I'm just being real. Like 21 years and then your 21st year, you still
averaging
like,
25.
Forget about averaging. Like, I mean, not forget about it because it's still amazing. But my thing is the eye test. Because, you know, sometimes at 20, 21 years or when you so much older and been around something so long, you got so much knowledge of the game, you could just do things to cheat people a little bit.
Right.
Bro, he don't need, like, right now, he's using the old as like, damn, if I knew then what I knew now. Like, he knows now what he didn't know then, but he don't got the same athleticism, but he has a similar, he's close to be close to what he was. Is that, like, I'm talking about as far, bro, we see the dunks, the windmills, the reverses, the tip dunks, to be able to do any of that stuff. Like, that's the anomaly.
Do you feel like his scoring record will ever be broken?
Nope. No.
I don't feel like it'll ever be touched.
I don't think. To be honest with you, I don't think people are in love with the game enough.
They not
to want to even like play that long at that level. Because once you get everything you could buy and everything, you're like, man, I've done it. I'm tired.
Well, we're gonna get to 15 years and be
I've been working
Billy.
for 30 years of my life, man. I'm tired of this right now.
For the future,
so
though,
the drive, you know what I'm saying? Like
20 years for the future, like when they get to 15 years, they're gonna be a Billy.
Bro, I did the math, I think, last year. You have to average, I think it was basically 25 points for 20 years playing 80 games or something crazy.
Playing at least 80 games,
Ain't no way.
Because that's the other thing he got on the side.
No
I feel like the longevity.
And he's still adding to it.
Yeah, he's still adding to
every
it.
Point is a stat. Every point is a record.
He's making the mark where I don't feel like it'll ever be touched.
Nah, he's a one-on-one.
Who is the young guard in the league that gets Maul excited?
Darius Garland. I think he got the most handles in the league right now, not named Kyrie.
Shifty as hell.
And he plays with no agenda.
Yeah.
So he's shifty as hell and still making the right play.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I love watching Darius Garland.
Darius Garland.
For sure. Yeah, it took no time.
How you feel about one of my favorite players to watch right now is young Halliburton, Tyrese.
Him too.
And he gotta pull at your heartstrings because he's tall, point guard, lanky.
Get to it,
You know what I'm saying? Like
shifty.
Stupid shit. Like, the thing about him that I like is when you watch him, like, he got because SGA is like this to me. Like, he's one of my, like, he's like literally
Garland
my favorite
SGA,
player right now. He's probably my favorite player, like, just to flat out watch right now. But the thing about all three of these guys, actually, if you want to be real, SGA, Garland, and Tyrese.
Yes.
Fuck what they doing, right? Look at the defender. When they be doing they shit, the defender be all over the place.
Yes.
Bro, 2 feet over there, trying to hustle back, 3 feet. I'm talking about when they do they drag dribble time, like, I'm talking every move, it be a reaction where I moved you from here to here. Like, I love watching dudes that could take a motherfucker one-on-one and then say, watch this, I'm about to do something and he gonna move completely the fuck out my way.
For real.
And I'm talking like they be moving people completely out of their way, bro. That is impressive and crazy to me.
Them three, and I'm gonna add Ant-Man. Them my guards I'm watching. I ain't add no more. Them three and Ant-Man, I promise you. Ant-Man, he's like a real dog. Ain't no fake dog with him. And they feed off of it. You know what I'm saying? He's electric. Like, I'm like, who's this player comp? You gotta combine people to be like, all right, he got some of that, he got some of that. He's cold.
I like Minnesota's situation because I feel like Anthony Towns is a guy that will let Ant-Man take the rims of the team and be great.
Right.
You know, sometimes you had that ego, I was here before you, and nah, young fella, Shaq and Kobe, nah, man, you can't pass me up. We go through me. But I feel like Anthony Towns has that personality that he let Ant-Man, not really let, but he's encouraging Ant-Man to grow and be the best that he can be.
And that's why their team's taking off.
Yeah, that's how I feel
I think before it was a struggle, and maybe not like outwardly, but maybe internally, like you said, he's been the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was there with him. Jimmy Butler was all there, and he's been like the man. And now it's like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. And the USA team did a good for him.
Right, like, ooh, okay.
Like, when boy go to the USA team and show that he the man, like, he definitely the man when he come back here.
Yeah, ain't no doubt.
Like, I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying?
So I wanted to ask you, man, Cuden kind of picked our Rookie of the Years. Cuden went back 4 or 5 times, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to tell nobody.
Twice.
But who was your Rookie of the Year, and who you think will win Rookie of the Year?
I got Chet.
You got Chet?
I got Chet winning the Rookie of the Year. I got Wemby actually being an All-Star starter. I could see him getting enough votes to be All-Star starter, but I think Chet wins Rookie of the Year.
Easy.
Okay. Who do you have winning MVP? this year? If your early pick, who would you say would win MVP this year?
If Luka, before the season started, I had Joker, but if Luka can maintain in the top 3, I think Luka wins MVP because his numbers going to be undeniable. It's just about the wins. Who you got
to win MVP?
Yeah.
I'm at Embiid again. I feel like he haven't been getting the credit that he
just hit a
50 this year, and I feel like they've been saying Harden left. They've been saying how good the role players is, how good Nick Nurse is, how great Maxey is becoming. But ain't nobody saying the reason that they're winning games and what they're doing is because Embiid is healthy. He's come out every night. He's averaging 30 a night.
He is.
And I feel like they don't, after the MVP, they really ain't giving him his props.
But they didn't want to give him the one before that.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll win it. I think Luka will win this one.
I got Greek Freak.
I think Tatum might be in the mix too, depending on how Boston shake out.
Okay.
Tatum absolutely gonna be in the mix, but for whatever reason, I don't know why. And let's Baby J go average like 35, and they number 1 overall. Like they not gonna fuck with him.
You don't think so?
I don't know why. I want him to. I want him to win it, but I just think.
I think it's hard for, even though I want him to win it more than anybody.
Right.
I just think it's hard for Justin to win it in Boston for some strange reason.
I mean,
like,
Jason, not his daddy.
yeah.
Little Justin.
Calling the dad.
Little Justin.
Lil J. I think it's just hard for him.
Shout out Justin, Big Tat. You know what I'm saying?
With their team. But last time we was here, we asked you about if you had to put a team together of your teammates, who would you put together? So you kind of put together a team of like just the guys you like and the guys on the team. But
Young Ma
if you're playing against everybody and you
that
all the teammates, teammates
this is taking friendships and stuff, put it aside, and I'm just going to get all the killers that I could get, the baddest dudes I ever played with.
To go against anybody. Out of your teammates, who are the 4 other players that you will play with to make your ultimate team to be dominant?
Without worried about offending nobody, because I know that's your big word.
Can I ask this one question? Is it this person in their prime?
Everybody in their prime. It don't matter when you play with them, but you picking them and they in their prime.
That makes it easier.
So any of your teammates that you ever played with?
Grant Hill.
Okay.
Penny.
Okay. You got to put a 5 though, because there's other 5s out there that's
you're going to be in
crazy.
the bracket, and there's some crazy 5s out there.
Yeah.
I'm putting LaMarcus at the 5.
LaMarcus at the 5?
Yeah, okay. LaMarcus Aldridge. Got Penny, G Hill, you the 2, or you the 1?
I'm just watching. Can I just pick 3 other players?
No, you got to pick 4.
You got to pick 4, and you part of the team.
I'm a 2 then. Me and Penny in the backcourt. Grant
at the 3. Aldridge at the 4 or 5.
I got to put him at the 5 so I can put, it's either Scottie Pippen or Paul Pierce.
When you play with Paul Pierce?
Clippers.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't miss it, but that's
it's either Scottie Pippen or Paul Pierce.
Okay.
Hold on, y'all acting like y'all know there was somebody I'm missing.
No, I didn't say that. I just was surprised that you played with Paul Pierce.
Because you had a lot of teammates.
Penny, Grant,
you, Paul, LaMarcus Aldridge. I'm trying to think of other players you played with.
You got a sneaky Suns type team.
Yeah.
Like a running gun, everybody could shoot that bitch.
It has to be. I think if you just look at all those guys where they will fall all time, I think those guys rank the highest. And then you could throw like Stephon Marbury.
What's the one favorite move that you did, your one favorite highlight that you did in the league over your career that always stick out to you? But you got a bunch of them. You throwing them off the backboard, you behind the back. Like
I'm going to say the pass to Blake. And the reason why is because, after Labor Day, we all get together in September. We talked about it then. And we walked on the court. I'm like, if I throw it through my legs, could you catch it and dunk it? He's like, yeah. Boom. We never practiced it. We never talked about it again. It's March. Fast forward 6 months later. I look back at him. I said, this is the moment. I know I could do my part. Yeah. I'm like, if he catch it, coach can't get mad at me because, he touched the ball. It ain't my fault no more.
Yeah.
I did it when I threw it. I'm like, just catch it. And he caught it and he windmilled it. And we went to a timeout. If you watch it, on NBA.com, they have like 6 different angles. And when you watch it, the last one, he touched his chest and grabbed, like, I can't believe you did that. Because we talked about it 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I looked at him like, I can't believe you just did that. Like, you weren't supposed to windmill it. You're supposed to just dunk it.
Yeah.
So to me, that was like the craziest play because I had that play in my head ever since I was 8 years old.
In your career, right, this Mr. One-on-One. Like, who was somebody that you had your best one-on-ones battles with in practice when you played?
Ooh.
Because I already know he's one of them dudes that get through with practice and he want to play one-on-one.
It's 2 that stand out. Man, it's 3. Jimmy Butler played one-on-one every day in Minnesota after practice, no matter where he was. CP, same thing, every day after practice. And the last one was D-Book. And this is before D-Book went to the playoffs. So I knew he was a dog. And I'm going to tell y'all a story I never told. We played one-on-one one day. And I'm like, man, so what? You just, don't nobody care. You average 25. We got 10 wins. Don't nobody, this is late in the season. Nobody care about that. And Josh Jackson, who was there, was like, yo, what'd you say to Book today? And I told him, he was like, man, because they rode together every day to the airport. He's like, man, that crushed him. Like, he's still talking about that. And to me, I said to myself, I said, oh, he's a winner. That bothered him. He's averaging 25 points. And what I said in the one-on-one is bothering him right now. I said, I know when he gets to that level in the playoffs, he's going to kill because he's built for that. It means something to him. Yeah. He just got to get the right group around him.
Yeah.
And when that happened, to see him take off in the playoffs, I texted him like, I told you he was going to kill. I was not surprised. I saw it. I knew it. That was years in advance. Like, I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, I love his mentality, man.
He's a dog.
You don't get too many guys like him no more. You know, he's like a old school breed.
Yeah, he's an old soul. And I got to give him a shout out because, like I said, he changed my son's life, basketball life, and the way he approaches the game.
That was super dope. You remember I commented on that, like when I saw him doing the drill, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, because people can't even fathom, like, what that did to JJ,
Bro.
like being around, like, because you know what I'm saying, like as kids, we had fucking give our left arm to,
bro, I didn't even meet a Division I
Michael
player
Jordan
until I
or
was in high
Scotty
school.
or something, like to be,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you get to go shoot and say you worked out with D-Book or
they did
whoever,
a real
like,
hour and a half
what?
workout too.
Like, bro, I'm out of here.
And then Book took it a step further when he did his shoe release, like on social. He put JJ in the commercial.
I remember that
shoe. I'm like,
dope.
this is wild. Yeah. It was dope.
Shout
And
out
took him to Drake
D-Book,
concert
man.
at night too. I didn't even say that part. He took him to Drake concert at night.
Oh, see, that's
That's
crazy.
what's
Yeah.
up.
Got some
Yeah, shout
behind
out D-Book.
BTS at
That's
the
my
Drake
guy.
Shout out
joint.
D-Book, man.
Back to the one-on-ones, man. Elaborate on those 3 dudes, man. Those is three different type of killers. So what was the intrigue with them 3?
They all killers, and they all love the game like I do. So it was like, practice is over, everybody trying to rush out like, nah, we getting better. Steel sharpens steel. So with like Jimmy, it was always like post footwork. The same pace he plays with in the playoffs is how he plays. But his footwork is impeccable. Like, he could do reverse pivots, pivot out of that, up fake, up fake, up fake, spin out of it like the code. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got that arsenal in his game. With Book, it was more so his footwork, but his shot making. He can make tough shots, off balance, fading, floating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was just like gifted. He's a gifted scorer. So with him, his mentality, the tougher the shot, the better he is. So with him, it was like a different level of shot making. And then CP's just a dog. He's gritty, grimy. He'd do whatever it takes to win. Like, that's just him. He gonna foul, but he's so competitive. I remember we used to shoot, after the one-on-ones, we would shoot like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You gotta make 5 in a row, you spot, 4 in a row, you spot, 3 in a row, you spot. And other people would start the drill with us, and then they would tap out. JJ Redick, Paul Pierce, say like, man, we ain't sitting here for 2 hours doing this. Me and him are sitting there until somebody finishes. You know what I'm saying? So just the competitiveness, our bond through basketball is deep. So they were all different, but all needed, and I think that's what the best do.
Is there any non-active players right now can beat you one-on-one?
Non-active players?
Non-active players.
There's some players who can't beat me one-on-one.
Oh,
Hey, you heard that shit?
Yeah, tell 'em.
Some motherfucking active
Yeah,
players that can't beat him right now one-on-one.
Yeah, that's
Line it
active
up,
players
king of
who
the hill. That's why I don't understand what Gillie talking about. Like, one-on-one, let me just revisit this, Gillie. Literally, I'm being literal here. I'm not capping, I'm not trying to put dubs on it. Like, we could go throughout the entire history of the NBA. And this is one of the worst dudes you could pick to play in a fucking one-on-one ever.
Ever. Not
in
not
the
one-on-one.
history of the basketball life.
Now,
ever.
if we have a rap battle or something, he gonna get me. You know what I'm saying? But not no
But
one-on-one
like,
in basketball.
what?
It ain't
You
happening.
talking about?
It ain't
what?
happening.
You are not talking to this man about one-on-one.
Yeah.
It is not.
shout out to Gillie and Wallow, man.
They do their
Doing
thing,
their
though.
Definitely love what they doing for the culture
For
and
the
everything
culture.
else. But like when he
And we
started,
love what y'all doing for the culture too, for real. Like, this is dope, bro. I watch every episode I can.
Oh man, appreciate it.
Absolutely.
who's some of the guys or even women that you look up to in the media space that you think is doing a good job? That's like, you know, some of the top people doing it.
I think y'all. And I'm not just saying it because you're here. I think y'all. That's why I call you or text you about stuff like, yo, what you think? Mm-hmm. I think y'all. I think Matt and Stack are doing their thing for sure. I'm loving seeing Cam and Mason in the space, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying?
Them dudes are fucking hilarious.
They're hilarious, bro. So I'm loving seeing. Shout out to Cam and Mason.
And I like what Cam said. He was like, I don't give a fuck what y'all think. I'm trying to do something that I like to do. Like, y'all should try it too. Nigga, stop hating on me. Like, stop.
And he come from a different space. Like, we was athletes. You know what I'm saying? And he was an athlete, but he come from the rap world. Like, it's different. It's a different mentality. So I'm not mad at him at all. And then who else is out there that's really, like, dope? I'm like, they're doing a dope job. Ryan Clark. I think Ryan Clark is dope too.
Yeah, him and Swagoo. Swagoo, my guy. I like Swagoo, big market spirit. But I definitely think Ryan Clark killing it. He killing it, doing his thing. I'm biased. I like the former players. That's just what we are. So I'm
absolutely,
got a little special bond with that.
I'm liking Lou Will in the space. I'm seeing him now.
New to the space, but Lou out there doing
I like
his thing.
I'm starting to see him talk.
I actually went on their show. I did their show with him, Shams, Parsons, and Beetle.
Yep. Jeff Teague, hilarious. They just coming to me now, but I'm loving seeing Lou in the space.
Yeah,
for sure.
Lou Will.
I'm
six guy
talk more
too,
for sure. Underground GOAT.
Yes, sir. Well, that's a wrap, man. We got the repeat offender. We got family in the building, man. Young Maul, this is what we do. No telling when he'll be back, but right now, he being a big media mogul, but y'all got to show love. Check it out. We got big Young Maul in the building.
My guy. Both of them. Appreciate y'all.